Yo, what's up everyone on the channel? This is actually take 2 of the video because I messed up in the first one, so I'm just retaking it. But first off, I want to talk about uh, the career I'm going into. It's going great. The apprenticeship that I've been doing, it's going awesome. I love working with a family friend's business. It's so great. I'm learning a lot of things. I know I'm a little slow right now, but I know I'll get faster and better. And especially since I'm in school, I'll learn a lot more things. But anyway, yeah, it's going great so far. This today marks the actual first full week that I've worked with their company, and I love it so far. Um, but anyway, this video I wanted to make it about I want to make it about a lack of communication and how actions can speak louder than words in friendships, connections, family, friends. It doesn't matter what kind of connection that you have with somebody. Having a lack of communication with that person or with whoever that you have a connection with can seriously determine the outcome of that relationship that you have with that person, or even if it's a coworker, or even if it's your doctor, or whatever, dentist. It doesn't matter. When you have a lack of communication with somebody and your actions are starting to speak louder than your words, then you know they both tie in together, because when you do things, and when your actions have been speaking louder than your words, it means that you having a lack of communication is a big part of that. Because let's say you're going to go meet up with some buddies to go to go socially drink. And the only reason why I'm saying socially drink is because I'm older than 21. I'm about to be 23, so I can clearly talk about that because I've done it multiple times, socially drink with friends. But let's say, let's say tomorrow, Saturday, I go out and I drink with my friends. And, you know, let's say that I last minute decide to ditch out. Like, they're already at the restaurant or wherever we were supposed to meet, and I say I can't make it. And that would be a lack of communication. I mean, if I had if I had known the feelings beforehand, that I just decided, oh, I'm gonna say last minute that I can't make it instead of saying an hour before, that would be no excuse. That would be me wasting their time, and then me wasting my own time, and basically hurting myself by hurting either them, or hurting myself by hurting myself emotionally, because I'd be I basically be making it okay for me to allow myself to say things last minute, which is still not okay, because then that creates actions in the future that I shouldn't try and do. It creates a lack of communication that I shouldn't be doing that. I don't want to create, I don't want to create actions that I don't want to do in the future. But anyway, you want to move forward in the future. You don't want to move backwards in the future. So I'm basically talking about, as a personal experience, I've had this happen with dates I've had with girls, going on a date with a girl, and that girl, like, nothing against these girls that I've gone on a date with. And when I say girls, I don't mean together. I meant like different dates at different times. But me going on that date, and then I get ghosted or flaked out on or ditched out on last minute, And I know for a fact that that girl like had just had doubts the entire time. And I'm like, I'm not a scary person. Just tell me how you feel. Like, I have emotions too. It's going to hurt me that you're doing this action towards me because you have a lack of communication to tell me ahead of time. You know, it's not, you're wasting my time and you're wasting your own time and you're hurting yourself by doing these actions. But so, I mean, I've had that happen, and now I think the most recent date I had that happened, I think I just cut them off because I started to set a boundary for myself, because if a girl for me can't live up to that boundary where they need to have a good communication level with me. And, you know, you can't always have expectations with everyone. Everyone's different. And I get that. I get if you have something going on where you can't make it, then try. If you can't, you know, if you have a legitimate reason to not be able to show up, then I get it. I won't flip my crap over it. But if you're just having doubts and you don't want to tell me until last minute, because I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, because you're afraid to hurt my feelings, then that's really just going to hurt both of us even more, and I'm probably just going to cut you off eventually. So really, it's a pet peeve for me when people have a lack of communication, because, you know, having a lack of communication can really hurt relationships, whether that be romantic, friends, friendship, parents, you know, doctors, anybody, and it doesn't really matter what their role is or what their occupation is. Like, you want to have a good connection and a good communication level with, like, I guess there'd be different communication levels with different people, and it depends on how much communication you want to give that person, because there's different levels of communication that you can give a single person. Like your doctor, you're going to give a more personal communication level than you would, you know, your coworker. You're most likely going to talk about work over your personal life. You might bring it up, but you're not going to go into detail unless that person actually matters to you and they respect you and they matter to you. You know, you matter to them. So, you know, it really just goes hand in hand with communication and having that connection with somebody. So when the reason I set my standards to a certain level is because for me, I'm just so picky about it. And the reason I do it is because over time, I've just noticed that the girls I've gone on dates with, or the ones that I've tried to go on dates with, it feels like, because they're attracted to me, it feels like they just want to use me for my looks, and I'm not for that. Like, don't use me for my physical attributes. I also am an emotional person. Like, I have real feelings. Like, I'm not just a robot. Like, I don't, I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I'm just not, like, I say that I want to find someone, but then I find someone and I start talking to them and I'm like, not really feeling it, because almost everyone I've talked to is about the same. And it's like, So, I mean, I haven't really been that much focused on dating right now, because I'm really just trying to stabilize my life and get my career going, get the money going, rolling in the dough, get the bags of money flowing, grow some money trees like Animal Crossing, and just have it up there. Just get the money going. But anyway, I think that's it. I think the moral of this video is try not to have a lack of communication with people that you care about, because at that point your actions are going to speak louder than what you're saying, and that person is going to see right through your words and realize that you're not worth keeping in their life if it happens repetitively. So anyway, that's it for this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out. Rolling in the dough.